when I first began getting into the shortwave listening hobby, I kept coming across these things called QSL cards in all of the literature. Apparently, stations used to send out these postcards in order to acknowledge reception reports, and they became somewhat of a collector's item during the glory days of shortwave radio, which are now, unfortunately, behind us. And the whole QSL card thing struck me as odd because I studied international shortwave broadcasters. I actually wrote a great deal on them in college and then in graduate school. And they're strapped for cash. They've always been strapped for cash, but now they're especially strapped for cash. So sending out, essentially postcards willy-nilly to everyone who sends in an accurate reception report seemed counterintuitive. I don't know if that's the right word, but it seemed odd to me. So I determined that I would be the shortwave monitor who didn't want QSL cards, didn't ask for them, at least not physical ones, that I would just, do great reception reports, detailed, accurate reception reports, try and log a lot of stations, and help the broadcasters by letting them know how their signal's getting out. So in all of my reception reports, whether they're emailed or the few that I still have to send by snail mail, I say it's not necessary to mail me a QSL card. A simple response to my email to a dedicated email address I've set up is fine for my records. It's fine for my purposes. I add that if they're accustomed to sending out a QSL card or would like to, that they're welcome to save the postage and just scan one and send it to me that way. And I'd be perfectly happy with it. Well, apparently my reception reports are really good because I've had several broadcasters insist on sending them anyway. And again, that just may be custom for those that still do send them. Some of them still probably see it as the ultimate courtesy to thank a monitor or a listener for reporting reception. But in any event, all of a sudden these QSL cards started rolling in. And I got several from Radio Free Asia, and for the other shortwave monitors out there, you may know already, but Radio Free Asia is a very easy station to report to and to get QSL from because they have an automated system online and the card ships from Washington, D.C. So if you're in the U.S., you get it within the week if your report is accurate. But today in the mail, I got the mother of all QSL cards. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open it for everyone on YouTube. Let me see if I can pull up the envelope without showing my address here. Here, I'll show the label on the envelope. That is Radio Vatican. The Vatican has a shortwave transmitter site. They are pretty strong here in the U.S., usually around 1800 hours, 1900 hours UTC. Always in the afternoon local time is when I tend to hear them. So how did I go about getting this? It's kind of interesting. I heard the Rosary being prayed in Latin and then the Mass in Latin on Radio Vatican. And that was just tickled me to death because I love Latin. I studied it for many years. And so I was just thrilled to hear it on shortwave. I was so thrilled that I up and wrote a reception report to them in Latin. And a couple of days later, an email came thanking me for the detailed reception report, congratulating me on my Latin grammar, including my use of the subjunctive, although there are differences in ecclesiastical Latin, so I don't know who's right there, me or the Vatican. I'll give the Vatican a pass. So anyway, let's get right to it. I want to open up this envelope and see. It's a heavy envelope. Quite heavy. Almost showed you my address there. So let's see what's in it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull back my... Okay, I'm going to move my camera, my iPad. I don't have a camera. I hate technology. So I can show you what all they have sent me. Cool little brochure. Oh, seriously. Ah, it's a, looks like a frequency schedule. No? It is a 2014 liturgical calendar. Image of Pope Francis. Cool. Another picture of Pope Francis. Oh, wow. What do you know? Papa Francesco. And the QSL card. Unbelievable. It's still kind of surreal. I can't believe that I got confirmation from the Vatican. And a fridge magnet. All right. That will definitely be an interesting conversation piece to have on one's fridge. So much for not being a QSL card guy. I guess they got me. But I will add this, and I'll close with this. As cool as this is, getting QSL cards is not what shortwave monitoring should be about. And I've networked with other monitors who are crazy about this, and they clearly, that's their motivation behind doing what they do, and that's fine. But for myself, I send reception reports to broadcasters because it helps them out. I'm spending a lot of time listening and monitoring the radio spectrum, and so the least I can do is report back to them on what I'm hearing. It's a courtesy to them, and it's really neat that certain stations are willing to return that courtesy with QSL cards. And it's worth mentioning that in all of these reception reports, I said a QSL card is not necessary. And I think I have several more on the way. So I think maybe if you are out to get some QSL cards near a shortwave listener, maybe some reverse psychology is the way to go about it. I don't know. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this as neat as I did. And 73.